Good day, everybody. I am just leaving the BMW dealership, and many of you already know that I own and drive an e93 M3, which is a convertible, which has a 4-liter V8. And today I just drove this beauty right here beside me that I'm gonna back in beside. You might see it over my shoulder, but it's a black on fox red leather M4. A few bits, carbon fiber bits and pieces. They wouldn't let me bring the GoPro in for the test drive. They've got some strict rules for things like that. But I just wanted to kind of do a quick video on my afterthoughts, because it's the first time I've driven the new twin turbo inline 6 in the M car, and I was curious what it was like. I had some time today, so I wanted to give it a rip and see what the big hoo-ha was all about. I guess a few things. First of all, the motor is much better in the inline 6. Surprisingly, the sound of the motor outside of the car sounds great. Inside the car, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like shit. I'm not sure if it's the way the muffler system works with the valves, or the active sound through the speakers. I asked actually 3 different people at the dealership if there was a way to disable the active sound, and they said yes in the M5, no in the M4, M3. It's almost a deal breaker for me, dealing with the active sound. I'm sure there's some kind of software hack you can get, when you tune the car to disable the active sound. But from a first impression test drive perspective, I really didn't like the artificial sound of the engine noises and the exhaust sounds coming from the speakers. I know they say that it's not supposed to be intrusive, but versus my V8 powered M3, I've got an Acropavic muffler system on the back and a Matt Schnell intake air filter, so there's a lot of intake and exhaust sounds that sound very natural, and they're harmonic, like they just sound great. In that car, the mechanical sounds of the intake and the exhaust inside the car, I didn't like them. If there's a software update for it, I would definitely get it. In fact, it's probably one of the first things I would check to make sure that it's available before I'd even get the car, because I'm not sure I could live with the artificial sounds coming through the speakers. So that was a bit of a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie. The electronic steering, which a lot of people have complained about, I didn't notice it. My M3's got hydraulic steering, and I didn't really notice any. I had 0 complaints. I thought the steering was great. There's different settings for it. On any one, it feels very natural. The suspension's great. The shifting for the double clutch transmission is beautiful. My only complaint with the interior is I didn't really get the impression that they had one-upped the previous generation. There's some nice touches that kind of look and feel nicer. I don't really like the iPad style display that sticks up out of the dash. I prefer mine that's kind of set into the dash. It doesn't look any bigger than the one that I have. The trim pieces, like the touch and feel of the plastics and the trim, no better than mine. The headliner, honestly, they should have gone to like an Alcantara. I don't know how to pronounce it. You guys know what I mean, but the headliner where it's kind of like a nicer, prestigious, more high-end feel. It's no different than the one in my M3. In fact, I actually like the feel of the headliner in my convertible versus the one in the M4 I was just in. Leather feels good. The seating, the seats are now all one piece. So whereas with the previous generation you'd have an extender for thigh support, which I like. I mean, I'm about 6'3", so to get the extra thigh support is a nice touch. You can't extend the front of the seats on the new car, but I didn't feel like I needed it. It's kind of a nice touch. I mean, personally, I use the passenger seat thigh extender to kind of put my cell phone or my wallet in there, because it's kind of a nice tight groove to kind of store things. Cup holder setup is a lot better, having them in the center console versus those stupid pop-out things, which don't really hold your cups very well. Let me see what else. Fast, very, very fast. How much faster than the old model? It's definitely faster. It's appreciably faster. Where you really notice it is in the lower RPMs. So from about 2,000 RPM on, you don't really need to downshift to move. If you step into it and you've got boost, the car picks up and goes. It's not a big deal. Very fast car, definitely faster than the V8. But I guess from an overall perspective, I'm left with the feeling, you know, how can I put this? I'm left with the feeling, you know, is it really worth the money? So, I don't know, it's like 71,000 Canadian plus, you know, your options out the door. Probably comes in around 90, 95 with taxes and, you know, destination charges and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, my car's worth about 40 to 45,000 on the used market right now. I don't know that I'd want to pay twice as much for a car that doesn't feel twice as nice as my car. Is it faster? Yeah. Does it have more power? Yeah. Is it more efficient? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Does it handle better? Probably. It's lighter. I don't know. I'd honestly probably wait. I asked him about the competition package, and it is going to be available later on in 2016 is what I'm told, but he's not sure what the official announcement or release date will be, but he says it will be next year sometime for the M3, M4. They'll be releasing a competition package, which he tells me will include more horsepower. So you probably see something along the lines of what you saw with the M5, the M6, where you bought the competition pack and it came with a different ECU tune. I also asked about the M2, which I'm told goes into production, I think he said December of this year, not entirely sure, but it does go into production fairly soon, so you'll probably be able to order one of those in the coming, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 months. So yeah, interesting ride. My first time in the new M3, M4 with the twin turbo inline 6. Beautiful car, very nice inside. You know, some things let me down, some things were considerably better. Is it worth what they're asking for it to drive one out the door? I'm not ready to part with my money. You know, I work hard for my money, so my initial thought is probably hold off. Let's see what the compact looks like, and maybe see what the M2 is priced at. But I think for now I'm pretty happy with my M3. In fact, I'm probably more happy with my car after test driving that than what I was before, because I was of the opinion maybe it's time to trade in and get something else. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you got any questions for me, just throw them in the comments below. Happy to answer them. Thanks for checking out this one, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.